Meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. And tonight, I'd like to welcome to the show from Saturday Night Live, Tina Fey, and formerly of Saturday Night Live, Tim Meadows. Tim's been on the show before.
Thank you.
A delight. And Tina, we've not had the chance to meet yet, but I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you. I'm a big fan of yours.
No.
Sure.
No, you can't be.
Banjo? Crank Anchors?
Oh, she studied up for sure.
Wow. Well, I studied up on Tina, too, because I was watching Dateline Friday night.
Yeah, that was great.
And saw a lovely piece on her. Went back to her old high school, sat in the cafeteria.
Nice.
Hard hitting.
She's in the Wall of Fame.
She is. I'll tell you.
At Darby High. Is
Upper Darby.
Upper
I
Darby.
beg your pardon.
Yes, he is really.
Yeah.
She straightened me out on that one.
Yeah, she said Upper Darby, and she's toward the upper part, ironically, of the Wall of Fame.
Strange enough.
I'm not on it yet. I don't think.
Oh, well, they sort of panned to it as if you were going to be there, but then you didn't seem to be there.
I didn't get on it yet.
Well, you will be after tonight's radio show. And Tim, I don't know if you've made the Wall of Fame at whatever school you went to.
Wall of Shame, Pershing High.
Pershing High.
Yeah. No, I haven't made it yet.
All right, and I'm not sure, by the way, Drew. Do you guys? What do you guys got?
Nothing.
Well, your school puts out senators.
Yeah, but it's
you're
like
nothing.
That.
You're
nothing.
what you're
Right.
you're on some
I'm a disgrace
inside of a trash can lid somewhere, like the basket of disgrace.
That's right.
There's where Dr. Drew and C. Everett Koop are. They're losers. They didn't even become vice president.
That's right.
Drew went to a very very stringent prep school in which everyone went to Ivy League colleges and so forth. Tina, so I love. Okay, let me say a couple things first off. And Drew, I'm not just kissing SNL ass here.
Yeah, he's not only kissing SLS. What do you mean?
Right.
Yeah, in addition to kissing SLS, you actually mean what you're saying.
But let me say, what's wrong with kissing ass?
Nothing. It's
I would do
a form of affection.
When we used to do the man show, I'd walk up the stairs and some intern be standing and say, "Hey, Adam, looking good, boss. Lost some weight." And I'd walk up the stairs. I'd get to the top, and Jimmy'd say, "He's just kissing your ass." I'd say, "Good.
Give him a raise.
Give him a raise. That's
Bring it
even
on.
better. I like that.
Yeah.
It's even better than if he just, it's like faking an orgasm. Thank you. This woman cares. Okay, so the show. Yeah, a lot of people have a thing with Saturday Night Live. It's like, oh, it could be better. All they do is think. I mean, it's been this way for 20 years.
The original players.
Since the original players. And I got to say a couple things. First off, you go back and watch the originals.
Yeah.
It's hit and miss at best. A lot of legends, a lot of great work. But what sticks in your mind is the Blues Brothers and the Coneheads. Go just watch a typical one where Buck Henry's hosting and see what you see.
See the other 58 minutes.
See the other 58 minutes of the show. Number one. Number two, it is exquisitely difficult to put on a sketch show, hour and a half long show, week in and week out with no, when you go see a play or something that's been rehearsed, it's been taken on the road, every nuance has been found. Just to throw something up see if it sticks every week is a tall order. And the news, always my favorite part, I must
thanks.
say.
And the ladies' man.
Yeah, and the ladies' man.
Am I here
That's the other favorite part.
Well, Tim's included in the
SNL
overall ass-kissing umbrella.
Thank you very much. I felt some of that over here, too. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think it's a hard show to do, and to be consistently funny is, it's a challenge,
Well,
They do a good job.
We've talked about, my partners have talked about doing a sketch comedy show before, and I'm like, don't bother, because sketch comedy is a 9 or a 10 on the difficulty level, but people look at it as a 4.
Yeah.
So why bother with that? It's like some incredible. It's like if you're an ice skater, would you put the move in your routine that was almost impossible to pull off?
You didn't need it.
But the judges didn't think much of it.
Right.
No, you want to do an improvisational one. You want to do whose line is it anyway? Where you just sit up there and basically warm over the same crap you did at the Groundlings 10 years ago, and everyone goes, "Oh my God, I could never do that. I could never do that."
I could never rhyme corn and porn in a song.
Never.
a country
song.
Right, and one that, albeit it's improvisational, but you have many of the parameters worked out well in advance, so you only have to put the mortar between the improvisational bricks, Drew. You don't have to build a whole goddamn barbecue.
You're here.
I thought maybe you were going to say
That's
something.
right.
Like,
I was thinking about the guys from Whose Line Is It Anyway we've had in here, though, that
Dear
you've been kissing
friends.
their
Dear
ass.
friends.
Talking about how difficult
no
it
more
was.
difficult art form. No more difficult art form than improvisational time. All right.
So I was just trying to remember their name. That's all.
All right. Well, we've had them all over the years. Mean Girls is coming out. Yes, that's the movie we're
Although
here to plug.
Lorne Michaels will be calling in later.
we will.
We are not to mention SNL ever again. Now it's all about Mean Girls from now on.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mean Girls is the movie we're here to promote.
Yes, the 30th.
April 30th.
April 30th. I saw snippets of it on the interview I saw with Tina over the weekend on Friday night, and it looked fantabulous. I also saw a clip of it on Leno, I believe, maybe Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night.
This close to stalking you, baby. You're really
Your
getting a lot
TiVo
of you.
is picking me up automatically, isn't it?
Yeah. So it looks good, but tell us about it.
Well, it's a comedy. It's basically a comedy about girls in high school and all the ways that they mess with each other and try to destroy each other's lives. And
Does stuff like that happen to you in high school? Or did you see it happen to friends? Or?
I mean, I was sort of guilty of it in high school. Like I was pretty, like, I had zero luck with guys in high school, and I was really bitter about it and really jealous. And so if I liked a guy and he liked some other girl, I was just viciously mean about that girl and would talk about her behind her back all the time. And
Now wait a minute. We got to examine that.
We've talked about this a few
This
times.
This is a uniquely
actually.
human female characteristic.
Yeah, this is a female thing.
What is that? I'll tell you what. They've studied this in other primate systems. They have, and female chimpanzees behave precisely the same way. In
Really?
fact, they will gather the group together and literally turn their back on the one that they're shunning. They have a shunning behavior.
yeah, that's what it is.
It's shunning.
It's monkey behavior.
Well,
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good.
yeah, I don't know what guys do, but it's more equivalent to the need of the nuts than it is the actual clandestine.
It's either
operation.
in some sort of athletic, jousting,
Right.
or you can go kick their ass, try to kill them.
Right.
One or the other.
Right. Whereas women are much more.
Subtle.
I think women look at women as the competition.
Yeah.
Whereas men don't really look at other men as the competition.
Unless there's certain barriers of the men they've now crossed into something inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your best friend, and all of a sudden I found out you did something.
But,
But they don't think about men as competition.
No, but I mean,
Right.
men look at women as sort of the trophy, and if it was a race, they'd be trying to get to the trophy. Whereas if women were racing, they'd be looking to their left and to the
Trying to
right,
They're trying to trip people at the starting gate.
That's right.
trying
Yeah.
to trip them up before they get to the trophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I don't know which is better and which is worse.
Just different.
Just different? Yeah. They
Well-
can't be worse?
Yeah, I guess they could.
All right.
Well, this movie's about how worse they can be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah, I love Lindsay Lohan. Are you asking me?
Oh,
Adam.
well, we all do. Well,
you?
look at her. What do I? I despise her. Look at her. Look at that nubile, shapely body in those tight jeans. Yuck. Get her out of my face before I vomit. Yeah, she's a pig. Yeah. I don't know. I like her. Why not? You like her?
I just think she's great. To have
Well,
a
Drew,
talented
you
girl.
see all the movies,
Yeah,
right?
because my kid, I have 11-year-old triplets. And-
Triplets. Holy mother.
And
They're
so-
good
yes.
looking. Show Tina.
You got pictures?
Tina, do you have any kids?
No,
You're
not
too
yet.
busy being funny to have kids,
I think
right?
so. That's what I'm telling my parents.
Look at those kids.
Oh my
Look at them.
goodness.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
There's
kids.
3 of them.
got
That's
any
they're
pictures of your
triplets.
boys?
Amazing.
Okay.
Tim, you got
Yes, I do
pictures?
have
How old are your
pictures. 2 boys.
This is good radio. We're looking at
Two
pictures.
boys.
Yeah, they're curly hair. Hold on, I'll get it over there.
That's nice. They can both date Drew's daughter. That would be a real taboo thing.
Yeah.
Drew Dixon.
Yeah, and Julian.
Wow.
There's a picture of Julian going through luggage for you in the radio land.
Wow.
We're passing
Super
pictures
cute.
around.
Wow. Crazy hair on those two.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, thanks.
Beautiful. All right.
Shoot.
All right. You ready to move forward?
Sure.
All right. Let's talk to.
Anyways, I get to see all these films because my daughter particularly goes to all this stuff. Like What a Girl Wants. And,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Is your daughter? But guys have the capacity to see a movie 5, 6 times.
Oh, girls totally do
Yeah,
that.
she does
They do?
that too. Not quite with the same directed intention that the boys do. The boys like we saw Hellboy on Friday, and they were going back on Saturday.
It's
like going on a roller coaster. You got to go several
Yeah.
times. Girl will see it over the year several times.
It's good to lay that groundwork for when they get porn later. Like I've been watching, Sex Boat and Taboo 2 for
47 years.
yeah. I mean, I'm well into the thousands of watching. Still fresh.
Think of the
still
save,
fresh as it was
the money
in high
saved
school.
that you didn't have to buy all the
Yeah.
You don't need new porn every month.
No, I don't.
Use the same
but I
old
treat
one.
myself anyway. I don't.
And you still don't know the plot of the movie.
You only know the first 10 minutes of the movie.
No, he goes directly to his favorite spots.
I gotta go through
he fast forwards through, finds the spots he likes, and clicks.
Well,
on
and I had this argument with guys before. I don't know if Tina can weigh in or not.
Tina can't quite grasp this. It's like the 10 minutes into the plot. No, Adam's like, plot? What are you
Well, the
talking about?
husband.
10 minutes.
But maybe Tina's husband gets to watch. Do you mind if your husband watches a little porn now and again?
No, I don't. But I think I would probably be more likely to watch it than he would. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He's got. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
When you trick him that way.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Think you don't like
Nice
it.
ploy.
That's smart.
He's a smart guy. Don't blow his cover. Don't blow his cover.
It's cool. All right, but Tim.
I'm against it.
Okay,
Whatever.
but let me ask you this.
Okay.
If I rent a porn, I got to watch the whole porn before I beat off to make sure that I'm not missing something, like someone I went to high school with or something isn't at the end.
But then
You know what I mean?
then you mark the spots you want, and then you go back to the right.
Well, don't say mark because it sounds
Urinate
weird.
on them.
No,
You
I
pee on the spots.
know in my head. Like I know. Okay, the
right,
scene on the boat.
right.
That's great.
I got to
know?
get back to that one.
Yeah.
You don't have to power all the way through. You don't have to watch the whole thing. See if there's something you're missing. Someone who's better. Someone you may have known before.
No.
No. Me neither.
It's been a while, too. And,
No, me too. Yeah, me neither.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither. Me too. Me neither.
I remember we watched them with friends. Like, you ever sit in a room with a bunch of guys, like in college?
Yes.
That's the most uncomfortable sort of like, you know, you sort of just look around and it's like, well, I think I'm going to go eat or
what are you
something.
gonna do?
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, it can get uncomfortable. Yes, Drew.
Yeah.
True. Well, here's the thing too, though. I don't know. Tim, Drew, me, we're all somewhere in the same age group, which is it's not like everyone had a VCR and a stack of porn in their room. It was like if you're lucky, you knew someone who had one that was sort of in the den, and if you wanted to watch it, well, so did 8 other guys, and it was sort of a novelty.
I remember my junior or senior year of college, they had a public viewing of Deep Throat. They put
Really?
Because it was so novelty, and literally 400 students showed up to watch this thing on a Betamax, little TV in the psychology department's lecture hall.
Really? Did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you hang in?
And I didn't watch that much of it. It was not the most desirable experience.
All right.
Yeah.
But you went home and
Of course. Yes,
thank you.
But it
Keith?
holds up the story.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good. Over years.
Yeah,
years.
she's got
Even
a-
today, it still rings true.
Yes.
clitoris where her uvula would be or something, right?
Genius.
Genius,
Cinematic
I tell
genius.
you.
Triumph, I tell you.
Keith?
It's such a commentary, a puckish satire of contemporary mores.
It's like the Titanic of porn.
Keith,
Hey, guys.
you're 25. What's up?
Hey, Adam, Dr. Drew, Tim, and Tina. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm hearing a lot of great buzz about Mean Girls. I'm hearing Heathers of the 21st century.
Thanks.
Wow.
Very excited to see it. I got a couple SNL questions for you, Tina, if that's okay.
Okay.
First of all, Janet Jackson on a couple weeks ago, she was on Letterman and very hesitant to talk about anything about the incident. And on Saturday Night Live, she seemed to be able to joke about it a little bit. Was it tough to write for her? Was she restrictive at all?
No, she was really cool. She, she let us try anything we wanted to read through, and then we kind of figured out what would be best for the actual show from there. But obviously, she was fine joking about her wardrobe malfunction and stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
That's enough. It reminds me of something though.
Adam's got to talk.
I use our callers like Post-its.
I like it.
Reminds you to say
they say
something.
milk.
Yeah.
But I'll go to the market and then get some other stuff too. If people come on the show that are a little tight-lipped on, when they're sitting across from Letterman or Kimmel or Leno or something like that, but then they come on the show and they sort of openly mock themselves. And I'm wondering, do you think they feel like they're playing a character in a play almost, even if it has their name on it?
Yeah, maybe it's because it's rehearsed for a couple days. They feel like they're in control of it more than like if you say something on a talk show, you don't know how it's going to come out.
Because some of the stuff, like
They also, there'd be no follow-on to. I'm sorry. Right?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
As I saw her on Letterman, and Letterman was, asking the kind of questions you'd ask if she was on your show.
Yeah.
And she was pretty tight-lipped about it. And I've seen this with a lot of celebrities. So immediately come on the show and start poking fun at themselves and or making fun of other celebrities. Like, they're playing Courtney Love. I normally this is sort of a town where you'd be scared that Courtney Love would then, hit you El Kabong style with a guitar, for making fun of her. She, if anyone was going to bring back the El Kabong,
it'd be Courtney.
I think it would be Courtney, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got to go acoustic if you're going El Kabong. It doesn't work with electric guitar. You need something to crack over someone's head.
She's a little Lone Ranger band across her eyes.
Yeah. All right, let's talk to Kelsey, who's 21. Kelsey?
Hello.
What's happening, baby doll?
I'm having some problems.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm having some problems. When I have intercourse, I don't have any vaginal wetness at all.
Are you on a medication?
Birth control, and that's it.
Which birth control?
Orthotricycline.
That will do that sometimes. It's more common. Yeah, that's not the pill that usually does that, but I have had patients complain about that from that pill. So you may want to talk to your doctor about changing to something a little different.
Is it normal? My significant other just thinks I'm not having an orgasm. I have an orgasm, but I don't have any wetness.
Yeah, usually, in my experience, that's been from the progesterone in the pills that does that. The fact that you can't have you are having an orgasm?
Yes, I am.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't know.
Drew?
It sounds funny. There'd be no arousal. But again, the dryness can be a lack of estrogen.
You're as bad as her fiancé is, Drew.
Pretty bad, huh?
Hey, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Does he not believe you?
What? He doesn't believe... Well, he just thinks that when a woman has an orgasm, there should be a puddle underneath her of wet.
No.
Well, yeah, that was his last gal.
Yeah,
sure.
Sorry, Kelsey.
What about some Astroglide?
Right, something to compensate for that.
Exactly.
I think it's not so much. Are you getting pain or irritation during intercourse?
It kind of, when I have an orgasm, I kind of do have like a little discomfort in the beginning.
All right, so you might as well just use some lubricant and tell your boyfriend to shut up. You might not even need to change the pill if it's not bothering you.
You make noise and stuff, though? So, he got something to hang his hat on, right? You do something,
So
right?
it's not abnormal. It does happen then.
It happens for yes. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Thank you.
All right.
Use that lube. I wonder how lube consumption is doing in this country.
Why?
I don't know. I just started thinking about it.
I think it's up.
It's up?
Lube is up. There's got to be some sort of shareholders meeting over at KY or something where they point to a graph.
Well, Tina mentioned Astroglide. That's the first time we've had somebody mention a brand name.
Well, it's a good brand.
See?
Yeah.
So Astroglide must be making a move.
Yeah. They run the commercial every once in a while when they talk about feminine lubrication.
They have that KY warming commercial. That's creepy. Like
Condom. Trojan has a warming condom now too.
Wow.
Yeah.
they have a vibrating condom. Somebody.
No,
Yeah,
not
it was
Trojan.
not Trojan. Somebody.
Does the KY warming thing. They used a guy, Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi. He does that thing, and it's like he laid his hands on your vagina. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Just, Hassan! I like the idea. I'd like the idea of the warming lube, even if it wasn't, used in a sexual way. Just a little chafing on the elbows.
Hurt yourself playing tennis? Give me a lube. Warm it up.
Give me some of that. Give me that lava KY. All right. Drew, I used some of that in my hair, didn't I, once?
What I used Astroglide.
Astroglide.
Yeah, we were at a college, and he mentioned that he had nothing to put in his hair.
My hair was getting a little nappy.
So he reached in his closet. There's some Astroglide. Just put it in.
Yeah,
there you go.
Worked fine. Here's my theory. Almost everything is
Don't
just...
encourage him, Tina.
Almost any... By the way, anything you can shove up your ass, you can put on your head.
All right, fair enough.
If you can put it up your ass, you can eat it.
Yeah.
If you can put it up your ass, you can ram it in your eye repeatedly with a sharp stick. And
Not necessarily the eye, but you can put it in your mouth and on your hair.
I'm telling you, if you can put it in your ass, you could rub it in your baby's eye and it'll be fine.
Can you put stool in your eye? No.
Stool?
No.
All right. Well, hold on.
I didn't say have you. I said could you, or is it a good thing to do?
Right. Okay. Touche, Drew. But there's no company producing stool.
Yes, touche. Yes.
Yet.
Adam Carolla's new stool.
Synthesized stool.
I think it'd just be Duke by Adam Carolla.
Yeah. All right. We could find some use for it.
For Duke?
Well, I'm saying we come up with the synthesized stool and then let the consumer figure out what to
what
do
they
with
want
it.
to smear it on.
Let's not do it the other way, where we come up with the product and then, they come up with the need.
Duke by Adam Carolla, the ultimate democratic solution.
Right.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I'd imagine be used in, fraternity hazings and things like that.
Okay, all right.
You got neighbors on your nerves. Just broke up with a girlfriend, where a car's parked. That kind of stuff.
Right, you want to mess with a neighbor, but you don't want, DNA testing to come back to be a problem.
Yeah, because stool, take it from me, chock full of DNA. Full.
That's corn. It's not DNA.
Mike?
Yes, sir.
You're 16?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
First off, Adam, man, you should run for governor of California. You know that?
All right. I'll do that.
And Dr. Drew, how are you? And tonight's guest?
Hello?
Hi.
That's Tina Fey and Tim Meadows, by the way.
Hi,
Yeah,
Tina.
yeah, thanks. I forgot her name.
Mean Girls. What's up?
Oh, really? Yeah. So my parents found out I smoked pot, or my mom did, actually. She found my pipe in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And, they both smoke pot themselves. So, and my dad, he's not like, totally anti-smoking, but he's just like, I know you're going to do it, so just be responsible. My mom is just totally, don't do this, I'm kicking you out of my house. And so my dad and mom are divorced, so my dad
So you're going to live with your dad so you can smoke pot.
asked me to move in with him.
Fantastic.
And you think I should do this, or
I think you got to stay with your mom and listen to her.
what? You think I should?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Mike.
How old is he?
He's 16.
Oh, yeah.
There's a million things to tell Mike, but you go ahead.
All right, well, it's not a popular opinion, but smart people can do drugs up to a point. If you're mediocre in the brains department or even low, if you do drugs, you're going to be unemployable. No one really talks about this. I'm putting Mike on hold so I don't offend him, but
Go ahead, Governor.
here's the thing. If you're a super intelligent guy or gal, you can dabble in drugs a little bit. You can experiment. You can even smoke weed on a semi-regular basis and still have a regular job and make lots of money and go to college. You can do well. You won't do as well as you would have done if you didn't do the drugs, but you get knocked down from sort of super genius to just above average. If you're hovering somewhere around not really able to complete high school or get a job and then start doing copious amounts of drugs, you'll just be like retarded. You will slide down. I mean, it numbs you a certain percent. Now, eventually, you'll have liver problems and you'll be out in the street and you'll kill yourself. But I'm just talking about in the short term. We don't really talk about this that much. It's just like drugs are bad, pot's bad, don't do this, don't do that.
Just don't dumb down.
A guy like Mike needs to use all of, he needs to feel like he just hopped out of a cold shower in order to take a test or fill out a job application. If he's sort of, and we all know those guys that are, there's comics who can just get baked and stoned and high, whatever, and then walk out on stage and be a genius for an hour. Mike is not that guy.
And eventually that house of cards falls too. And the thing about
eventually
pot under the age of 18 is there is some data that suggests it can interrupt development, emotional development. And if you are prone to addiction, Mike, marijuana can be profoundly addictive for some people. And
well, first of all, Adam, I go to school baked almost every day, and I don't make bad grades. I make, A's, B's, and probably a C.
But here's the deal: is all that right. So you are addicted, and that's the deal, Mike. And it is a interruption of the normal developmental process. It's something you're going to be doing every day from now on. It will have great difficulty stopping. It's responsible for about 1 out of 5 admissions to chemical dependency units today in the United States. It is a very, very addictive drug for some people. You're one of those people, and you're starting at a young enough age where it's going to have real consequences.
Well, you go to school baked every day, and your parents both smoke out, so maybe you are one of those
people. But intellectually is not so much my concern. It is really more about emotional development, and I see all addiction as what I call a bid for affect regulation, ability to control and regulate feelings. And once you get going with it, it's bad. It's tough to stop. So good luck.
Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not sure what your plans are for the future, but I would really encourage you to ease off on the weed. And listen, I'm not uptight. I'll smoke weed if someone gives me weed.
All right, let's go smoke a bowl, Adam.
I'm done with the... No, I got to do it with like someone... Here's the thing. I got to do it with a cool person. You know what I mean?
Like, you get anxious? You freak out?
Yeah, I don't want to do it with someone who's less cool than I am. Otherwise, it's no fun.
I see.
I want someone to be cooler, you know?
Like Snoop Dogg or something.
Yeah, like Snoop.
He's done it with Snoop too many times.
Oh, my God. Man, does that guy smoke a lot of weed.
He's back at it.
He's
I
back
thought
at it.
Bishop Don Juan cured him.
He claimed to not do it anymore.
Yeah, anytime you got
The
a
spiritual
guy with
advisor
a
cured him.
jewel-encrusted chalice, sure, he's your spiritual
pimp,
advisor.
the big pimp.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry,
It's
what?
Bishop Don Juan, his
Oh.
spiritual advisor.
I have been to the bishop's house, or should I say apartment, which is not very far from here. And not many guys own a Cadillac and a Rolls Royce and live in an apartment. What the bishop does. I mean, I walked into this guy's apartment, and it was like a scene. It was like that scene from Animal House where the guy comes into the Black Roadhouse and he's like, "Otis, my man!" And I just came walking in, "Howdy, fellas!" And like 19 gangbangers and just a haze of smoke, all playing video games and eating Popeye, all just sitting there, and they all just sort of looked up at me very slowly and simultaneously. It was a good time. I've leafed through the bishop's closet, seen some of his outfits.
Wow.
Yeah, he's good people. Good people.
Good times.
All right, good times.
There you go.
Tina Fey is here. Timmy the Bishop Meadows is here tonight. We're talking about Mean Girls, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
As many as 1 in 3 Americans with HIV don't know it. To find a testing location near you, call toll-free 1-866-344-KNOW.
Hey, everybody. It's the LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Tina Fey and Tim Meadows here tonight from Saturday Night Live. At least you remember Timmy from Saturday Night Live. Now you know him from Mean Girls, which is coming out this, well, let's see, it's a week from, when the hell is this? The 30th.
Like 2
weeks. Is that a
weeks.
Friday?
Yeah.
So
It's a week from this coming Friday.
Where'd you guys film it?
We filmed it in Toronto, but it's supposed to be Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah, everybody going to Toronto. And you filmed at a regular high school, right?
Yeah, we filmed at a couple different high schools, yeah.
Were you up there during the blackout?
No, we were down there up there after the blackout.
Drew, were you there during the blackout? Oh,
Yes.
well, Drew was shooting his movie with the Olsen twins,
That's
where he
right.
plays their father.
Wow.
Which is coming out
Yes.
May 7th, I saw on the billboard today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exciting. Huh?
Drew
May
starred.
1st.
But
No, May
no, the
7th. Yeah,
premiere's
yeah,
May
yeah,
1st.
yeah.
Ooh.
But we were up there in the middle of all that, and that city just broke down. I mean, it was unbelievable. The airport was a nightmare.
I was lucky because I was actually, I would have been in Manhattan, but I was out on Fire Island where you have almost nothing anyway. So we barely noticed.
Drew, that one shot you had at the Olsen twins was during the blackout. That window's now shut and painted closed.
That
You
was it.
understand?
Yeah,
I told
understand.
you. I hope you're still kicking yourself.
I know, it's tough.
Yeah.
There's no way they could have called for help.
There's
either.
all kinds of looting that goes on during the blackouts, not all just TV sets and stereo equipment.
There's Hyman living.
No, it was actually me and Darrell
No,
Hammond.
Tim knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, not a court in the land.
No, but
Darrell Hammond's in this film too, and he and I were wandering around the streets of Toronto looking for water because you couldn't even get water.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Darrell Hammond, I love him on Saturday Night Live. Troubled soul, though, deeply troubled soul. Darrell came on this show and was talking to us about the time he got locked up in Jamaica for carrying drugs on a cruise ship or something, and the Disney cruise liner left him behind. And
he spent weeks there or something, right?
Spent quite some time in what you would call it wasn't really a cell. It was more like a Burmese tiger trap or something.
Did you see Papillon?
Yeah, it was sort of like Papillon. Yeah. And the thing about it is, and as we learned from Darrell, is it really wasn't a guy telling a story about the time they broke down when they were going skiing in college and had to spend the night in the car or something.
No.
It was a guy talking about Vietnam. I mean, he wasn't laughing at all.
No.
That's why. Well, he worked with him for 4 years.
Never
I
heard
never
that?
heard that
I never
story.
heard that one.
Really? He told it once, and he sort of let it go by, and he and I were talking like, "Did you hear that? What was it?" So when he came back, he gave us the whole thing, and it was the Mekong Delta. And
Wow.
Tina,
call him.
Bring it up next time you see him, but do it after the show, because if you do it before the show, he's just going to be giving a 1,000-yard stare into the camera while he's trying to do Bill Clinton. Actually, fun just to bring it up before he walks out. Right before he walks out in front of the camera.
10 seconds.
Iris.
Iris, hi.
You're 25. What's up?
Hi, I just want to say, Tina, I am such a huge fan of yours. I absolutely think that you're wonderful. And my boyfriend's next to me laughing at me, but I just want to say that you're wonderful. So I called originally just to, I guess, kiss your butt and say how much of a big fan I am of yours. But he convinced me to go ahead and ask, I guess, a love-related question.
Okay.
So
here's your chance.
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, last night we went to a swingers bar. And
El Paso?
And I don't know why. I'm not the jealous type. And it wasn't, I don't know. I guess my question is, he's just a very quiet guy, and this is the way I am. I'm more of a singer. I'm more like, oh, God, I use my real name. You know, it's just I'm more, I guess, sexually open-minded, if such a concern. He's not, and I feel kind of uncomfortable letting him into, I guess if you can say, my world, you know? But he seemed fine with it. But when
your world of flabby, out-of-shape people and bad rust-colored shag, that world? Because that's the swingers world.
Yeah.
Well,
bad decor and worse people.
He'll enter into a few threesomes and then be gone.
I was looking for the ladies' man in there.
No, he'll be good for a few swings and then get off the set. I suspect.
Well, wait a second. Is this your boyfriend?
I guess my ex-boyfriend.
See,
we broke up about a month ago, but we're still on and off together. And
yeah, well, the reason it's ex is because of the way you conduct yourself.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's unfair to label yourself as just free-minded or sort of open or.
BS.
Yeah, you know, I'm not uptight. I guess he's uptight. No, you're screwed up, and he's marginally healthier than you are.
Right. So you have to have chaos. You have Yes, you were sexually abused. Or
Where's
something.
your dad?
Yeah.
My father?
Yeah.
Yes.
My father right now, he is in Arizona.
Right now.
Where was he when you were growing up?
Pardon me?
Was he around when you were growing up?
Yeah,
He was. Okay.
He was around.
And now, any physical abuse?
I just came back from visiting him. He just had a stroke. I just came back from visiting him, but he's around. He's doing fine.
Iris, wait a minute. A stroke, and he must be 50, 55 years old?
He's 47.
47 to have a stroke mean he must be a drug addict or something. That's just way out of normal range.
He's a what? I'm sorry?
There's something going on with him. Either he's got chronic medical illness or is it...
My dad does drugs.
He's a drug addict. I mean 47-years-olds don't have strokes unless there's something else. Your dad was a drug addict.
When he has diabetes,
what are you saying about John McCain's wife?
Himself, so.
Yeah, Iris, your dad's a drug addict.
Oh, there's more here.
Yeah,
too.
There's a lot here, Iris, and this is why you're not just uptight. You need that chaos. You have poor boundaries. You're not clear on your sexual identity, and you bring that all into your relationships, and you're wondering why your relationships don't work. Well, this is why.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that. I mean, I don't think I need people telling me because of that. You know, I mean, once you hear it a lot of times that, you know, I listen to LoveLine a lot, and you guys obviously tell the girls, you know what, is your father around and this and that, and once it starts to say like, well, then you know there's a problem. So I can acknowledge that, you know what, my father was around when I was growing up, but he's always done drugs. So I guess I kind of have a dependency towards my ex-boyfriend or I guess the guy that I'm with.
No, you have difficulty with intimacy. You grew up with a dad who wasn't present because he was high on drugs, and so you sabotage whatever relationship you get in.
When he was around, he wasn't high with me. No, my father was never high with me.
Iris, wait a minute. I don't want to sort of railroad you, but you really don't understand what's going on here at all. I suggest you go to some Al-Anon meetings, you get an Al-Anon sponsor, you work the steps, get out of your head a little bit, realize that when you have a severely addicted father, it will impact on your ability to sustain intimacy, that a mom that would choose a severely addicted father says volumes about her situation and the situation she grew up with. The fact that you now can't have intimacy, you swing, you're not uptight, is in fact chaos and poor boundaries and sexual identity issues. All that needs to be sorted out. Just take care of yourself. Don't
unless you're hot. In which case, you know,
it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's just nature, baby.
Well,
swing, baby.
Hey, Iris, one other quick thing. You have any kids?
Yeah.
What happened to her?
I have a little boy.
You have any kids?
Yes, I have a little boy.
All right, that's enough now.
See, that's the real
Stop
tragedy
it.
in all this.
You're screwing the kid up. The kid's going to be more screwed up than you are. You hear me?
Oh, well, in a way, like...
Yes,
All right, just
yes,
stop it.
yes,
Just stop it.
Please, get some
Stop
help.
acting out, Mommy. And listen, I don't mind if they have girls. They just, become strippers and do porn and stuff. The guys are the guys these are the guys putting the shiv in you while you're at the ATM.
How frustrating, though, is it? They say, oh, I'm just not uptight. It's like, that's so much BS. And why our culture takes that as a... An excuse, an answer to why people behave the way they do.
This culture that we live in is not really interested in the truth as it pertains to psychology at all. And it's so much easier just to call her a free spirit than it is to call her damaged emotionally. She's, clearly damaged. And look, Drew and I, I'm an atheist who pees in the sink. Really. Even if done number 2 in the shower once. I gotta be honest with you.
Oh, you told me you pushed it down with your
come on,
feet.
Drew.
Oh, God.
Come on. Don't humiliate me.
Oh, my God.
Why do you humiliate me in front of... But the point is I like to think of myself as a free fecal spirit. You know what I mean? I'm not uptight. And I wish people could just swing, but they can't. That's the thing.
Well, they can, but it means something.
Yes, I wish she could have come from a great great family that was together, and they were very nurturing, and they supported her swinging, and her boyfriend have been swinging for 20 years with much love and success, but it never works that way.
No way.
And there's always some kid somewhere who's getting screwed up by mommy, who instead of calling herself a mess and going to some Al-Anon, is calling herself a free spirit and continue. I mean, by the way, if you're a free spirit, why ever stop doing whatever you're doing? You don't need to go in any meetings or talk to anybody and lie down on a sofa if you're a free spirit.
It's everybody else's problem.
Yeah, we're all uptight. You're just free. We can't handle how free you are, man. All right. Let's. I'm gonna go do number 2. Do we have a shower here?
Yeah, we do actually.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You're scaring me, though.
All right. Well, we got Tina Fey here and Tim Meadows from Mean Girls, which is coming out Friday, April 30th. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
LoveLine.
LoveLine.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191. Tina Fey's here tonight. Tim Meadows here tonight.
Hello.
Tomorrow night, The Darkness. Night after that, Pennywise. Then Colby from Survivor is going to be in here. And
I'm not going to miss that one.
I love Survivor, by the way. I really do. I know everyone else likes it, but I like that show, too. I can't help it.
No.
All right.
You're
Drew doesn't like it.
No. I didn't say like. I just
No. I'll tell Colby when he comes here. Mean Girls is the name of the movie. It is coming out on the 30th of April. That would be Friday after this Friday. All right. Let's see. Back to the phones we go. Mandy.
I play Mr. Duvall in the movie.
Tim plays a principal.
Tim is in the movie. That's why.
I had to look at the press kit just to make
see
sure.
your name?
Yeah. Am I in this movie still?
I saw him pick it up. Yeah, I threw it, and then Tim went and fetched it.
My kids will go. They'll be Friday night. They'll be seeing this for sure.
Excellent.
I mean, my daughter saw the preview say on television. Like, okay, all right. When does this thing start?
Yeah.
So it's
had
a
a
big
hard-
cast.
Yeah.
A lot of good-looking people in it.
Adam,
too, by the way.
there's a cast members here called Kissing Girls.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, we actually we had like a lot of weird trouble with the MPAA to get the PG-13 because even though it's girls, like we weren't allowed to make any reference to them masturbating or like we had a thing where some girls he said like, "Is your cherry popped?" And we, like, no, absolutely not.
Has it tightened up? You think
it has.
since Janet Jackson and whatever the debacle of the last few months?
I think it has. This is my first time dealing with the movie stuff, but everybody's nervous. Yeah.
When are we going to? By the way, and Drew, I'm sure you have a valid question, but just try to forget it. And look, when are we going to stop focusing on the language and the chicks making out and start focusing on people?
Violence.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not talking about violence. Although violence, it's almost unrealistic to say focus on violence because that's all. I mean, we're living we're in the vortex of it. But here's what I would like people to focus on: fear factor. when they're noshing down on the yak chode and floating in a sauce of otter semen. And this guy's chugging a bucket of, just chugging chum, and then bringing the bile back up, and the cameraman is getting down on one knee, because when people throw up, they turn their back to you, so the camera guy's got to run around and get it. And it's a weekly occurrence, and to me, sort of repugnant is that trumps everything. You know what I mean? I mean, it's one thing to be sort of like offended by an idea or maybe a word or even a picture. It's another thing to sort of have to block it from literally like holding your hands up.
Yeah,
when
it's
someone
like,
is
30 minutes
maggots.
of people going like, huh. Like, why would you watch that? Just people retching for 22 minutes.
Well, I don't know. I don't understand how it got under everyone's radar. Like somehow, we got to take a look at nudity, and we got to take a look at language, and we got to take. We'll use one eye to look at the violence, but somehow you literally eating animal penis and then yakking it back up somehow made it under everyone's radar. Like, well, that's just acceptable. That's natural human behavior.
Just thrill-seeking. It's adventuresome.
Yeah. You just eating maggot-ridden fish carcasses and then throwing up and having it come out of your nose. That's fine. And by the way,
it's funny.
That's good for prime time. That's great for prime time.
That's all we got.
It's 8:15 in the evening is when we can watch the guy bring up the otter semen out of his nose.
Nice.
Go look at the list of the stuff they eat. And
Tina does a good impression of that too. Hear that again. Come on.
You should call PETA or something and get them in on this. I know animal rights people.
Oh, they're so busy throwing ink on chicks with fur. They don't get to the otter semen. Those poor otters being milked.
I want to say something about this film. I did not realize it was based on queen bees and wannabes.
Yeah,
you ought to make more of that, at least and somehow. I don't know how, because my wife read, that's a great book and was highly publicized and well thought of.
Yeah.
And the idea that those same principles be sort of communicated through this.
Well, if you'd watched Dateline.
I know, if I'd watched it, did they only get into it that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they showed it. I think they
I was talking about it all day, and the author, Rosalind Wiseman, was sort of with us at the junket today.
That is...
True.
That is
cool.
It's
a whole new thing,
That is very
right?
cool, yeah.
That's a book, right?
It's a book about the sociology of young women's behavior, and it's awfully accurate.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. Anyway, Joe Rogan is eating... No, I'm just saying, and here's the other goddamn thing they do. They put it on the commercial, which you can't avoid. It's one thing where, people go, well, look, just don't watch the show. If it's not your cup of tea, then don't watch the show. And I'm fine. I subscribe to that theory, and I tell people that with this show almost every day, including my family. But when they run it during the promo, you're watching the evening news, and pow, there's the guy eating the maggot-laden trout. It's hard to avoid it, and it's always when I'm eating, and it's always about 7:30 at night. They show the thing, and I'm sitting in front of the TV eating at dinner. Ironically, I eat maggot-laden otter
for dinner.
Yeah, for dinner.
That's why it bothers you.
Very ironic.
That's why it bothers me, because it's hitting too close to home.
Yeah, my goodness.
I'm just saying, listen, you pussies over at the FCC, as long as you're going to go after everybody over what's coming out of their mouth or whether girls make out or not or talk about hymens or not, let's at least focus on people heaving. I mean, there was an episode. All right, now.
Hey, wait. Before you.
I'm fired up. I
got something to say about the movie. These guys leave.
That's a great movie. Now, listen.
I appreciate the PG-13, though, because I'm going to be able to take 11 and 12-year-olds to it who need to learn this stuff as they sort of get into that age. So.
All right, let me say this. Okay, yes, go see the movie. And
now everyone listen to Adam.
Now everyone listen to me.
Now Joe Rogan.
No. Here's the next. Now here's what's disgusting. They I saw an episode of Survivor, again my favorite show. They had this episode where part of the group challenge was they hung a side of beef, a bloody, rare, just huge sort of animal carcass. Must have been 200 pounds off a chain. They had two of them. The idea was to see how much flesh could be pulled off of this carcass by each 5-group team, and then they would weigh it and see who won. So they were pulling this thing off, and they're spitting it like into a bucket, and whichever got the most off in 5 minutes won. Well, people's mouths and faces, it was like a pie eating contest, except for it was blood. Yeah. And there was a point where the gristle and the flesh were getting caught in people's teeth, and the other team members having to pull it out of their mouth as if we did some sort of French gristle exchange or something. Then later on, somebody was heaving, and they moved the camera around to make sure they got the person heaving. Well, later on in the episode, one of the girls was taking a shower, and there was this sort of wicker kind of facade or screen that was up, so you couldn't quite see her, but a little bit of her ass crack poked in between this sort of wicker facade, and they tiled out just that little 2 inches of ass crack. But all the noshing on the beast and all the making out with the gristle and all the heaving, zero problem with that. Just a big fat zero. And I can we get some atheists involved here in the government at some point, at some time, so we can at least have some sort of normal yardstick to measure sanity? Because if you just get these religious pussies, who knows what's up and what's down with these people? Who knows what's good and what's bad? Who knows what's right and wrong? They're looking at some phone book from 2,000 years ago. I mean, they don't know what the hell's going on. Let's get some right-thinking, normal-thinking, just high-IQ atheists to get in there and make some normal, sensible decisions. Can we do this?
Some philosopher warriors, huh?
It's just a philosopher, just someone with a brain.
Somebody pursuing the truth as opposed to somebody who knows the truth.
Thank you. Thank you, Drew.
There you go.
All right. Mean Girls.
So, we got to go. Chest. You guys are leaving.
Yeah, that's it. We can't take any calls. Drew got up on his high horse about the PG-13 thing.
You guys want to stay for one more segment? We'll actually take calls in the next segment.
Sure.
Yeah,
really?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, Drew, they said yes.
All right, yes.
All right. I apologize for my partner. Tina Fey is here. Tim Meadows is here tonight. Mean Girls, name of the movie. Coming out on the 30th of April. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with one more segment after this.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? Call the Dateline. One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
You know what I'm saying out there?
Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on LoveLine. 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 LoveLine.
LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Tina Fey is here tonight along with Tim Meadows.
Hi.
Hi.
Mean Girls, name of the movie. Tina, have you been doing the news? I think it said here 4 seasons on Saturday Night Live?
We did. 4 seasons, yeah.
Which I was surprised by because I always think of you as the new news person.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, well, Norm Macdonald did it for a while.
Yeah.
And Colin Quinn probably did for 2 seasons?
He did it for like
season?
a season and a half.
That's a bad sign when they get into fractions, by the way.
Well, because he came in the middle, when Norm left in the middle of the year.
It is a bad sign because Norm was fired.
Norm was unjustly fired.
Yeah. And what did Norm do it for?
A couple years, right?
Yeah, I think maybe 3 years, something like that.
I like I know Norm is, insane and everything.
Yeah.
He's always nice to me.
He's a great guy.
He's really funny.
He's a delight. I know he likes to drink and gamble and he's nuts and everything, but he's always nice when I see him. And I always thought he was really funny on the news, but evidently he rubbed some folks the wrong way. Yes, Drew?
That's it. What?
All right, Drew Wright making a note to himself.
Myself, yeah.
Drew, remember mental notes?
Yeah.
Make one of them.
I make them on the paper.
No, do the mental one. Ready? Go.
Done.
Okay. All right, now scratch out this one. Okay? You want to look at it one more time?
Yeah.
Mental note?
Done.
No. Give it a beat. Mental note?
Yeah.
No. Mental note? Done.
Done.
Okay. All right. Because when I go mental note, and you go, yeah, it seems like you didn't do the mental note. I have no real way of checking. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
James?
Hello?
You're 19?
Mm. Yeah.
What's up?
I was wondering why when I jack off, I come shit out. It just dribbles to the side.
I'll take this one, Dr. Drew.
Oh, please, Tim, right ahead.
No, I don't know.
No, please.
Well, I think maybe you've been masturbating too much.
There you go. That's one good answer. Or maybe that's just him. Tina likes that answer. She loves that answer, Tim. It's good.
Thank you. You see, when you masturbate more than 4 times a day, you usually run out of semen.
Done. The pressure's down. The pressure's down. Well, in Adam's case, describe to her what happens. Dust, but in Adam's case, even
cloud. Oh, and then ghosts.
Ghosts.
And they do that thing where they actually go through the camera with their open mouth, and then out the chimney.
Hello?
Who are you going to call?
Sorry, buddy. So it just dribbles out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what if you went, let's say, 15 minutes without beating off? You think... now, what...
now that's hit the microphone.
Okay. Wow, that was a wrestling move.
I also have premature ejaculation, too.
That runs against our theory here a little bit.
Yeah. The male theory. I know what theory you're talking about.
That's bad and bad though. That's like that's like a Ford Fiesta getting horrible gas mileage. No performance, super small, and just 5 miles to the gallon. Like the worst of all worlds. You know what I mean?
Although not to say that the lack of pressure on the ejaculate means a damn thing.
No,
doesn't mean a thing.
No, but there are times. I mean, you can adjust it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I beg your pardon.
Well, let me be candid here, Drew. Mental note. Take a mental note of this.
Okay.
If there's a situation where like you've had some foreplay and that foreplay's been going on for a long time. I mean, okay. Here's all I'm saying. There's okay. Let's just speak in terms of masturbation.
Let's just.
Okay, there's that. I'm going to peel one off in the shower. I'm running late for work. Almost like sort of compulsory jack off. Like I just got to get this out of the way. I got to get to work. I may not be home for another 8 or 9 hours. Let's. I don't want to have to do it in a car. Let's just do it here. But I'm running late. There's that one.
This is you talking to your hand,
right? And then there's. It's all right. No, then there's. I got all the time in the world. I got a little Spectravision here.
Right.
If I get off in the first 8 minutes, this movie's going to cost like $400 an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean, math wise. The more I can watch of the movie, the cheaper it's really going to be. It's already $13. Right. You see what I mean?
If you watch it for 3 minutes, he's not getting his money's worth.
Right. There's that. That is a different kind of ejaculation, oftentimes.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a little more gusto behind it. It's had the build-up. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, here's the reality is that you will build volume and intensity if you draw it out longer. Yeah.
Oh, will you? No. Okay.
Because the more stimulation you have, the more sort of semen accumulates.
Really? Okay.
I learned this when we were trying to have kids.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the first time, yeah.
So the more stimulation, the more the semen comes into play.
Yeah, to a point. Did you have to do any fertility work?
No, just jacking off.
Yeah, me personally, no.
I had that lovely experience of being handed the cup and line up with my buddies and produce.
No, this was more of just, let's take time in between.
Figure out how to do it optimally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that when my boys were ready, they were ready, and it was a lot of them.
We were having a laugh about this the other day, me and Drew, about talking about how different men and women are, which is when Drew was doing his fertility campaign, he would just swing by the fertility office on the way to work, right?
Right.
They'd hand you a magazine and
a video,
Dixie Riddle cup, ironically, and give you something to do in there, and a video, by the way, a video, really.
Yeah. Video room.
Pretty good deal.
And the room was right across from the lab where the Asian ladies stood waiting for you to hand them their cup, and with a line of guys standing from the doorway.
Just the thought of the Asian ladies waiting to take the cup might have been enough to get it done.
Yeah, and the idea, and to me, when you're beating off and you got a line of guys, it's like you're on a payphone and there's a guy standing there.
Absolutely,
it's like,
it's work. Everybody's going to work. It's like, come on.
Right, all right. So the point is, you just go in there, you sort of mechanically take care of business, give them the sample, and go to the office, right? And I was saying, a female, this would never work with a female. I mean, you never say, look, here you go. Here's here's a I don't know what magazine chicks would look at with a beat off to. They wouldn't have anything. First off, anyway, here's a Bear magazine. These are husky men who are covered with hair. Here you go. It's a well-lit room. Hurry up now, sweetie. We got another group coming in here in just a moment. Like, girls be like, I need a candle. I need a bath. I'm all wrong in my head. I'm not right. What time is it? It's 8:45 in the morning. I'm anxious. What's going on?
No, but sometimes it is that thing of like, how long does it take? It takes however long you have.
Oh, really?
If you have an hour, take an hour. If you're alone in the house for 5 minutes, it can take 5 minutes.
But a woman, if there was some equivalent to this, it would be a take-home kit. You would not tell women to line up down at the clinic and rub one out on their way to work. It wouldn't work for them. They'd be like, I'm not in the right space. I could go home and do it.
You just gave me a business idea. Oh, I'm going to do that. Just to
creative.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not putting women down. I'm just saying there's a difference between men and women where men are sort of mechanical.
The other thing is,
produce.
Yeah, but the other thing is with men, it's all 100% the same production, so to speak. For women, each one's different.
It would vary.
It would be very different what each needs would be.
Right. All right. So where the hell was this guy?
Jay, we're done with James. Come on.
We are?
Yeah. He's fine.
All right. Well, screw James.
No, screw James. It's
well, let me just see one thing. James?
Yeah.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Oh, I have a girlfriend, but I just broke up with her like a month ago.
Okay. Because she was going to dump you?
No, I dumped her.
Okay.
Is your nose congested like that all the time? Do you have deviated septum, or are you just sick right now?
Oh, I'm sick right now.
All right. You're fine, buddy. You're 19. You work it out.
I see. Yeah, I told you.
What was that, a bogus thing?
Yes.
What did he say?
I just yelled something at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it was unclear. Okay.
He wasn't very good.
Brian?
Sleeping.
Okay. Well, he's calling from Arkansas. Brian?
Yeah?
You're 18?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for disturbing you. Fully half the calls we take on the show are like we kicked in the front door and we're shining a flashlight in while they're in bed.
We need a new policy. That when we get that...
Oh, yeah? Hang up on them?
Just hold.
I like screwing with people, though. Hey, Brian?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, Brian's been on hold for 90 minutes, Drew. What's up, Brian?
I was asking about my fiance, I knew her since, like, kindergarten, and ever since 7th grade, she moved, and my best friend found her for me. And
found her for you?
Yeah, he never did tell me where she lived until, like, last year, so we got together last year, April 27th, and...
wait a minute. Hold on a second there.
Yeah.
He found her for you, but didn't tell you where she lived?
I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but I think he, like, forgot, to tell me or let me know. But she always told me that. I never did ask her where she was moving to. So,
Brian, you live at home with your parents?
Right now, but I'm about to get an apartment next month.
I thought you were going to say possums, by the way. You have parents? You have actually human parents, or is it family possum? Are you upside down right now?
Did you finish?
No, I'm at work right now. I'm like...
You're at work.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm at work, and it's not really a lot of work. I'm a security guard. I just look around and make sure cars don't get stolen.
Did you finish high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. All right, so Brian, you're going to marry this gal?
I was hoping so, but I was asking about what should I do about her problem. It's like bipolar, and so sometimes when she don't take her medicine for it, she tends to get really mad and slaps me around.
Well, domestic violence is a serious issue, and her striking you is not okay.
But it is funny when it's perpetrated on a dude. Especially when he works as security. Makes it ironic.
It's ironic. B, irritability, while a hallmark of depression, is also a hallmark of mania. And so she has probably pretty severe bipolar illness, and here's the deal. She has to take her medicines. It's a biological disorder. It has a treatment. It's effective. She has to take her medicine. That's all there is to it.
All right, but look.
And if she doesn't, then it means there may be a character problem here, to a personality disorder, and I'm not sure you should be with somebody that's bipolar and characterologically disturbed. That could be a problem.
Well, by the way, a guy like yourself, living in Arkansas, working security, working the graveyard shift, you shouldn't be tied down. I mean, I see you, French Riviera, wearing a, white dinner jacket, banging supermodels, letting it all ride on a couple on the spin of the roulette wheel. Yeah, wearing like a black silk eye patch, smoking those fancy European cigarettes,
waiting for James Bond to walk.
That's right. That's right. And challenging him to something.
That's your future.
Yeah,
dude.
Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the thing. She's 17, right?
Right.
You're 18. Can you not get married for some time? Can you please
like about
do
10
that?
years or so? Just give it some time.
I don't have to get married. I just.
There you go.
Well,
that's
sometimes
good.
I think that she's not really the right one.
Yeah, think that through. Or maybe you're not ready or she's not ready. It may not even be so much the right one as much as the timing.
Yeah, she may not be Mrs. Yokel. All right.
But tell her to come see Mean Girls.
Yeah, go see
April
Mean Girls.
30th.
That's right. Tell her to take her meds before she goes there. We don't want her talking in the theater.
You know, I saw Alamo the other night on Friday.
You
night.
did?
It's good.
It was good.
It was quite good. Billy Bob, unbelievable.
Thornton.
Yeah, really.
He's a good actor.
Memorable. I mean,
as effed up a guy as he is a really fantastic actor.
Memorable. And I thought of this because behind me was somebody talking to the screen the entire film.
Hold on a second. I'll hold your ears.
I won't. I'll ask. Hold on a second. Was he African
Chinese guy?
American?
Oh, please, you don't.
Chinese guy.
Oh, that was uncomfortable.
Wow, that was weird.
Wow.
Too. Why did he jump to that?
I don't know where he got that. Wow. Maybe we should go to break. It's pretty weird.
It's really awkward.
Do we have a song to play?
Strangely enough, no.
No,
really? No, it was I think he was a sort of a Johnny Quest, a villain.
Nerd. You mean nationality?
Yeah.
A bizarre nationality.
But with a Hispanic kind of a
hard to put a finger on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was rooting for
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Came to the right movie.
That's right. No,
I went
that's
to
actually
see
what happened.
Dawn of the Dead down in like burbs where my parents live, and like a late show of Dawn of the Dead, and a kid behind me threw up 5 times.
Nice.
Wow.
And it was it didn't even smell bad because it was such pure booze throw up that it smelled like just rum punch.
Really? Wow.
And the woman next to me of the African American persuasion was like, "You need to take your friend home. You need to be a friend." And they were all like, "Shut up." And they stayed the whole movie.
The strange thing, that smell, just to me, I just immediately evoke a frat party. I'm in college again. I'm in college. That's it.
Yeah, if you can, I'm trying to think. There are better things to bring up and worse. I mean, when it comes to heaving, and like malt liquor, like Mickey's Big Mouth and stuff. That's bad times. But just like Hawaiian Punch with Everclear, not too bad.
No, it's pretty.
Yeah, especially as you get to the 3rd and 4th upchuck, it gets a purity level that really you could just lap it up and get buzzed yourself. I mean, it's really not that bad at that point. Yeah. So the Alamo, good.
I was shocked that it had as much bad press as it did, but I guess there's really somebody in the business world trying to stir it up for Disney, it seemed to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then B, Billy Bob Thornton, a truly memorable performance. I mean, it'll stay with me.
Yeah. I had as long as we're not going to help anybody tonight, let's tell you, I'm not sure how I'm not a religious man, but I do believe in the great magnet, and
the source, the force.
I don't know what it is, although I was punished this weekend. The last handful of times me and my
master cylinder
wife attempted to see a movie. It's not worked out for one reason or another. This time it's because I physically went to the ArcLight last night to see the new what was it? What the hell is her name? What's the crazy chick who was married to Billy Bob?
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, her new movie.
Taking Lives?
Yeah, it got good reviews. I like her. I was going to go see that movie. ArcLight does this thing where they show this movie at this time and then that movie at that time, and they told us the wrong time for this one. So it was like the Nia Vardalos new movie, which I wasn't planning on seeing. And then there was obviously, and by the way, I don't know what it is about life, but once you get on that, like, hey, we're screwed roll, it just snowballs. Like, then you're driving all over town, you're calling other movie theaters, nothing is showing at the time you want to
cut your losses.
Yeah, it's like somebody, I wish someone had taught me this early in life, which is, this isn't working out, go home.
Yeah,
don't keep pushing because you're going to get carjacked. Your wife's going to get raped and abducted. Eventually, that's where this is going. If you want to keep going down this path, or you can just go home, open a bottle of red wine, and pop that pay-per-view. But zero. Anyway, went to the theaters. There's 28 movies, and I didn't want to see any of them. And then went home and watched a pay-per-view.
But
thing,
when Mean Girls comes out,
well, if only.
If only Mean Girls have been
and
playing.
I said to my wife, "It's coming out in a couple weeks. We could hang." And she was like, if you're telling me 10 days, we could stay. But if we're talking about 14, 17 days, no, I got to get to work. So we actually went back. And but when is the good stuff going? When is that thing going to come on where you can order any movie off of the satellite? They've been kind of talking about this, sort of waving it around in front of us, like what you do with the dog at the park, where you take the tennis ball and you do the pump fake, and the dog starts running and then turns around like, what the F? What about these movies where you could just ring up whatever movie you ever wanted?
Eventually. There's a bunch of business problems with it.
Yeah, it's always like Dickie Roberts, a child star, times 28. And then that's it. Some foreign language documentary, and now I'm out of movies. Oh, and some sort of spirit fighting from Osaka.
My husband's watched 8-Legged Freaks like 15 times.
Oh, really? He likes that one.
No, he doesn't.
He likes to fall asleep to it.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, too. If you have TiVo and you get one of these movies and you're cheap like I am, you have to keep it, even if it's a crappy movie. It's like, I paid $2.99 for this baby. Oh, sure, it sucked. But it's on the TiVo now. Maybe I could sell it to somebody. All right, let's take a call, Drew. What do you say? I got to help the kids. Adrian?
Hi.
You're 18?
I am 18.
What's up?
Okay. Basically, I was with a guy about a year ago, and after we'd been together for 5 months, it was more than a year ago, but after we'd been together for about 5 months, I got pregnant. And when I was about 7.5, 8 months pregnant, we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't there for the delivery. He wasn't there for anything. But we'd already decided that we're going to put the baby up for adoption because neither of us was ready, and it wasn't fair to the baby.
Adrian, we need to build a statue in your honor.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very, very wise, and what a great sacrifice on behalf of the child.
It was a hard decision to make, but I think that we made the right one.
Absolutely. Do you have one of those open adoptions, or?
Yes.
So how are things going for the kid? Adam hates those, by the way. But
I don't like open adoptions. I know. But I don't like open houses or open marriages.
Open people.
I don't like anything that's open.
She's doing really good. She's
great.
The family that we chose, because we got to choose the family. He's a doctor, so I think that we chose like the right family. They've been married for 20 years, and they just couldn't have a baby. So I think we chose the right family. But
they live in Portland too?
No, they don't. They actually live in Seattle.
Okay.
And so with the open adoption, you can come around and see your child and confuse the child, or how does that work?
It's more that she gets reports regularly and pictures.
I know where she is, but I don't think that it's right for me to be around.
Good.
Strangely enough, Adrian is the one caller we've had in the last 5 years who probably would have been okay for her to keep the child.
Well, it's ironic.
Yeah,
the ones that are...
The good sense.
Yeah, the good sense to do all this, but you still made a better choice on behalf of the child. So, what's your question, Adrian?
Well, the guy that I'm in a new relationship now, and my ex-boyfriend who I had the baby with, he's back around now.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just come out of nowhere, and he wants us to start talking and being friends and start dating again. And I've kind of put the relationship that I'm in on hold, and it's just because, I'm attached to him because I had a child with him, but I don't know if that's the only reason, or if I still have feelings for
we may have to cancel plans on that statue, by the way.
Yeah.
No, you're into this guy because he's a bad boy, and the guy you're with now is a little boring. I mean, he treats you right, and it's what you've always said you've wanted, but when you do get it for a few months, you miss the dangerous guy. I mean, you're 18, You may not grow out of that for a while.
And the fact that he left at a critical time speaks volumes about his lack of genuine capacity to care for you. He may be an okay guy, but when push comes to shove,
And you having a kid together, as bizarre as this may sound, shouldn't create much of a bond if he cut out in the first trimester and then you gave the kid away to
it should be the opposite of a bond. It should be something that puts a wedge between you that you can never forgive.
Yeah. Is the new guy...
Yeah, the new guy is sort of hanging out, with you while you're going through all of this trouble, too. It seems like,
Maybe it's more about the new guy, you not being that into the new guy, but we wouldn't be encouraging...
I'm very into the new guy. I'm very into him. We have a great friendship. We've been friends for
Adrian.
It's done.
Yeah. You might not be ready for that kind of relationship just yet. So just think about these things.
With the new guy's a nice guy. He's a good guy.
He's like my cousin.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with him.
Yeah, he's not an exciting guy.
And friend, and it's kind of healthy relationship, maybe something you will be ready for someday, but we're sensing you're not quite ready for it right now.
Well, I'm only 18.
That's the point.
Right. And where's your dad?
My dad is at home.
There you go.
And he's at home, or he's at the home?
He's at home with your mom?
He's at home with my mom.
All right. And do you like the dangerous guys? I'm just getting that vibe from you. I mean, every 18-year-old chick likes the dangerous guy.
I don't know if I like dangerous guys. I've always been attracted to older guys, but...
Is he a lot older than you?
Sorry?
Is the guy that you had the baby with a lot older than you?
He is.
How old is he?
He was 24.
Then you were 17?
I was 17, yeah.
Right.
He's an ass.
Yeah. He's a criminal He's a criminal / asshole. He's a crasshole.
Are you hot? Crimin asshole.
Gotta be hot.
Yeah, she's gotta be.
Hey, Adrian, please.
Yeah.
Please, don't repay guys like this with sex who knock you up. By the way, having sex with minors when they're in their mid-20s, get someone pregnant, then cut out, then they come back. I mean, please, everybody.
Yeah,
let's start punishing people that deserve it.
Yeah.
All right, that is it. I mean, not it for us, but for Tina and Tim, it is it. Because they hung out longer than they needed to, quite frankly.
Because we care about people.
Yeah, they wanted to help. God bless them. So we'll give them another plug. Mean Girls coming out on Friday, not this Friday, the next one, the 30th. Everybody, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Come back anytime you like, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. We got a Germany or Florida coming up. I want to thank Tina Fey and Tim Meadows for coming in here tonight. We got Germany, Florida. We got someone over here who's mad at me, and we got this big fat guy, Drew.
Which you want?
Talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of the person who's mad at me real fast. Beth?
Yeah.
21. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a comment more than a question. First of all, I think you guys are totally entertaining, but Adam, I gotta ask, why do you talk so much during the whole show?
Well, sometimes I try not to, and then the show seems to drag.
Well, but the thing is, sometimes you'll get the question out of somebody, and then you go, it's like this super exciting question from somebody you really want to know what, like, the rest of it is, and then you go, hold on a minute.
Oh, what show are you listening to?
In LA.
Hold on, this super exciting question from someone you really want to talk to?
Yeah, like sometimes you'll ask the question, they'll tell their question, they want to know, like, help me out, whatever. And then you go, okay, wait, that reminds me. I was driving on Sepulveda today, and you go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, well, I want to hear what the guy was going to say.
Well, I want to hear what they're going to say, too, except for the super exciting part. I think that's the part. I think that's the part I have difficulty with in your assertion.
Why do you have difficulty with that?
Because while I will give you the fact that somebody who, got pregnant at 14 and gave up their son and then was reunited with them at 28 and all that stuff sounds great. When you really hear them say it, it's rarely delivered in a coherent and exciting fashion. Drew, Would you?
Yeah, but I
back me up?
She's agreeing.
You
with
can't imagine that somebody that's had a tragic life is going to be like, "Hey, listen to this great story I got." You know, you kind of got to take it for what it's worth, right?
No, they don't have to be upbeat or peppy about it. They just have to move in a sort of linear fashion and get from point A to point B to point C and not sort of drag, and that's where our callers have difficulty.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm sure you've heard you kind of have one of those voices that sometimes you just kind of like get to the end of it, right? Have you ever heard that before?
No.
Yeah?
Not really. Well, look, here's the thing.
Mom?
Yeah.
You're talking about my nasally voice?
No, but it's funny. I like it and I appreciate it, but sometimes when you're talking for like an hour.
Yeah. Well, listen, okay, hold on a second, Drew. Stop me if I'm wrong. I don't really like talking that much.
That's true.
I really wouldn't. If I thought this show could move along in a cadence that was acceptable, I would gladly hang back. I got ideas, I got stories, I got things I like to say, but I'm perfectly willing to hang back and let things
just behave the way you do in real life.
Yeah, I don't talk that much in real life. Look, Engineer Chris, what I said, 3 words to you in the 6 months I've been here? Did I talk your ear off?
All the time. How about Nicole, who broadcasts in the next studio down? She thinks you hate her because you've never said one word to her. You pass her every night.
I say something to her.
Yeah, hey.
All right, hey. How you doing?
Indian, yeah, hey.
Yeah, hey.
How's it going?
How's it going? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a huge talker, but watch. Well, I'll try it. We'll see if we can get someone who's compelling and see if it does. All right, so I'm willing to try it your way, Beth.
Okay. Well,
right,
you don't necessarily have to change it, but just call it the Adam Show. Don't call it LoveLine anymore.
We'll see if we can get people that will put sentences together and provide the kind of entertainment.
You sound like you're the sort of the front person for a group of people who've been sitting around chatting about something.
Wait, what?
You sound like you're vocalizing something that you've been discussing with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, this isn't just me.
It's just you. All right.
I'm just driving with my boyfriend and we were listening to it. And it was just a random comment I made, so I'm like, hey, I'll call him and tell him.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, but thanks anyway.
All right. Thanks anyway. I just told her I was going to implement her policy.
No. She wants you to continue doing it, but change the name of the show to The Adam Show. See, that was her suggestion. Yeah, I know. Let's keep going.
Look, hold on a second. Whatever it is I do on the show is not going to please everybody. I'm well aware of that. And here's the good news. I don't care. I really don't. I don't see any email. I don't talk to anybody. I don't think anyone listens to this show. And I really, Drew, I don't know how many discussions we've had about this show outside of this show, but have you ever heard me say, gee, I wonder what people thought about this, or I'm concerned about that, or I need to start doing this or that?
Never.
But be honest.
Never.
Okay. When the show's over, what do I talk about?
Your house, your mom, and your grandmother.
Thank you.
And sometimes your dad.
Which is not to say I don't care about the show. I just do it the best I can.
And sometimes
then
your sister.
That's it.
And sometimes people's driving.
All right. You ever see me look at an email, read a letter?
Never.
Ever?
Occasionally, Ann will put a couple down here and I'll go, hey, look at this. And you won't.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. So in 9 years, how many emails do you think I've looked at?
Maybe 1.
Letters read?
0.
Thank you. All right. Sean?
Hey, what's going on?
You're 17. What's the problem?
Well, before I get to my question, I just wanted to say, Adam, you are friggin' hilarious, and that girl needs to shut her mouth.
Thanks, baby doll. But I'm going to try a sort of a laissez-faire approach to this call.
A Beth approach.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you remember this, but a while back you were goofing on some PSAs, and the one where they're singing Amazing Grace. I think Dag was in on the show, and you guys were just rolling on the floor. I was dying. You guys were goofing on kids getting shot and singing.
Right. Mm-hmm. What's your question tonight?
I'm severely overweight, and I've done tons of diets, and I just can't. I can't get.
What are you coming in at?
6'1" and just under 350. I think I'm 341. Or
What's the lowest weight you've gotten to?
Huh?
What's the lowest weight you've gotten to?
I did the Atkins, and I got down to 270, and then I came off of it, and I just rebounded severely.
Are your parents big?
My mom is. My dad's a toothpick, but he's not around.
That's black guy?
Very much.
Oh, he's split?
Huh?
Is he black?
Am I?
Your dad?
No.
Okay. Drew wrote something down and handed it to me.
No.
And he's split?
Yeah.
Is it because your mom ballooned up and he's a toothpick, or?
Yeah, well, she's been big, like, ever since I can remember.
Okay. Well, look, any guy who's 17 and 350 pounds has a genetic predisposition to weight gain.
For the most part. And
no. You know what? Straight on.
Well, or there's abuse survivors that'll do this sometimes, but...
Uh-oh.
Yeah? You don't know what?
I've been, like, trying this diet, like, where I've been taking that hydroxycut stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, I wake up in the morning and I'll drink a V8 and I'll take a couple hydroxycuts, and then in the afternoon I'll eat, like, a very small lunch and take a couple more, and I drink, like, a ton of water.
What's a hydroxycut?
Yeah. It's like...
What is it?
It's like a metabolism boost, appetite suppressant.
It's got to have something not good in it, because that's the only thing that will
Well, it says it's ephedra-free, so...
Yeah, but there are things like ephedra out there that are not so great for you. But listen, have you worked with a dietitian?
Yeah, and, like, they gave me, like a diet that was, like, almost impossible to follow.
All right, and have you tried exercising?
Yeah, I do, like, a cardio workout.
All right, here's the deal. All right. So, Sean, if you've worked with a dietitian, if you diligently applied yourself and you're exercising and you still can't lose weight, that is the time to really look into obesity surgery, bariatric surgeries. There are procedures that can be done now that are very effective. They're done through a scope. They don't even have to open you up necessarily. That is designed for people like you. There are people, it's pretty clear now, the people that are in the sort of weight range you're talking about and people that have what Adam is calling genetic predisposition, something has to be done to reverse that genetic potentiality, and that's surgery. And that's the only thing that has sustained weight loss associated with it.
All right.
So there you go.
Well, there you go, Beth. That was my semi-hands-off approach to call. I'm done with that. Let me ask you this, Drew.
Yeah.
Is there always been a certain percentage of society that was obese?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how you could tell. I guess, you see portraits and things like that from, days of yore. And if you were fat, if you were Henry VIII, they'd probably even trim you up a little. I mean,
in the old days, obesity was considered a sign of success and wealth.
Yeah. But that was being sort of filled out. Was obesity?
Absolutely. There's a guy named Mr. Pickwick in some of the Charles Dickens. I forget which Charles Dickens' tale, but the guy was hugely obese, and it was sort of looked at as the corpulent, successful, wealthy guy.
Well, there was never the lard-ass popper. I mean, it was always the successful head, sort of captain of industry guy that was big and fat.
Big women were considered sort of desirable too.
Yeah. Bad times back then. And here's and by the way, big gal, you mix that with no showers, and you got a little trouble downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
Yeah. By the way, no waxing, no showers, and 250 pounds, fellas. Yeah,
good times.
You got to put some spices on that hamburger, so don't go bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Well, in those days, it wasn't oral sex considered a sin or something.
I sure hope it was. I would have been leading that crusade if they weren't. But here's the thing: when you're fat, and I mean that fat at 17, that is the way you are, and it doesn't do society any good, really. There's two things society wants to do when you're fat. They want to A, make fun of you,
make it your problem, yeah.
B, make fun of you. Actually, A through like G, make fun of you. And then G through Z, sell you stuff, whether they be ideas, books, protein shakes. Try to get so. Society, there's no interest for society to say, look, that's just the way you are. It's a genetic thing. That's the way you're cut. It's like attacking somebody who has a big nose or male pattern baldness and stuff. And we still do that, even realizing that there's nothing they can do about it. But really, fat people, and I do believe that they are getting the brunt of all the political correctness that is going on in this society.
All the political correctness gets converted over to ostracism.
Here's the deal.
Obese.
There's no more Polak jokes.
Yeah.
Now there's fat jokes.
Right.
And there's no more black jokes. There's no more Mexican jokes. God knows the people are still funny. There's no more good Asian jokes. There's no more good. We cannot make fun of people anymore, religion-wise or ethnicity-wise. So the last bastion of attack, the last target for our arrows are fat people.
And they're going to take it all.
And if you watch television or listen to the radio or whatever, that's fine. I mean, that's where they go. I mean, if you substitute fat guy for black guy or fat guy for Jewish guy or fat guy for Asian guy or whatever it is, and you take those same barbs and steer it toward those people, it would be outrage. I mean, the station would be flooded with letters. No, Jimmy Kimmel couldn't do his late night show and make fun of Star Jones being black. He could make fun of Star Jones being fat. See what I'm saying? And I'm not saying she deserves to be made fun of because she's black, but the idea that it's okay to make fun of her because she's fat, somehow that's okay.
Right.
And the only way that can remain okay is if we decide they brought it on themselves.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, in a way.
Because then it makes it easier. Oh, look at you. You slob. Have some respect.
Stop eating those McDonald's. Stop the fast food. If you just cut out the fast food, you'd be fine. If you cut out you hear all this the shibboleths out there. If you cut this out, if you cut that,
it's more like have some discipline, have some self-respect, have some dignity. Look, super skinny guys. By the way, the super skinny guys do anything to say super skinny, and unless they're doing mounds of heroin. I mean, think about the guys that are sort of wiry. Look at Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce makes a Ichabod Crane
look fat.
Look like Veruca Salt. Was that the fat one from
Augustus Gloop?
Augustus Gloop. I mean, he has his Adam's apple as an Adam's apple. I mean, this guy, I swear to Christ, he is a beanpole, Dr. Bruce. Now, Dr. Bruce is the only adult male I know who takes 16 sugars in his coffee. Not 3, 16. Okay?
And we put whipped cream on it if we had it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, he eats like an idiot. I mean, he eats like a stoned 5-year-old. Do you understand?
Yeah. And he's a beanpole.
And he's a beanpole.
Yeah.
Do we need to know what his secret is?
Well, maybe you ought to suggest him. You put out some videos.
Yeah, he needs to come out with a book.
Videos.
It's called Under 20 Packets in Your Coffee. You make that...
then you get the fat guy. You get Phil telling other people how to be thin.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
he knows.
Thin, yeah.
And now look, here's the thing, everybody.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Stop eating so much. Start exercising a lot. Obviously, you're going to move in the right direction. You ain't never going to be Dr. Beanpole. You're just not. And... like I said, if you got his metabolism, you can be a 45-year-old man who puts 16 packets of sugar in his coffee. That's it. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. I saw producer Ann in the... well, she was out front when I walked up this evening, and she said, did you miss me? And then I said, where'd you go? And she said, oh, great. You didn't even know I was gone for the last week? And I said, well, I knew that Junior. Chris, could you help me out with some of these junior skates? Just say junior, would you please? So I can take a breath here. I got a rest here.
Junior.
Yeah, few.
Junior.
Okay, I'm good. I'm rested. Junior. Producer Lauren was here during the week, but I didn't know. I thought she was just... I didn't know what was going on.
It was a weird week, too, because I was gone part of it and stuff.
Yeah. All right. That's my problem. I think that's a problem everyone has with me. I don't know what's going on. I don't notice anything.
Unless somebody's tapping their fingers.
Say,
or
hey,
a fly farts on the wall, then you're all over it.
Yeah. All right, listen.
What is that?
I mind my own business.
Yeah.
I mind my own business.
Yeah.
I got fish to fry.
No, yeah.
Big fish to fry. Megan,
Yeah.
you're 18?
Oh.
Yes, I am.
You're, let's see,
okay.
hurts when your boyfriend gives you a little finger
He
tap.
tries to finger me. It really hurts. And then when we try other positions besides missionary, it hurts. And I don't know if this is normal or what's going on.
Well, let's see.
Is that right at the point of penetration or when
Excuse me?
Is it right at the point of penetration or when he's in there
Yeah.
right at the start?
It's right at the start, yeah.
But not in the missionary.
No.
Are you able to relax more when you're in missionary?
Yeah, I am. It's just that...
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Well, also, I'm able to relax in the other positions as well, but it hurts.
Well, let's talk about this for a second. Any problems? You ever molested or abused or anything?
No.
No, you're healthy. You love your parents.
Yes.
You're not, born again Christian or shaker or
No.
something. You don't think this is wrong?
No.
All right. How about trying a little lubrication?
Okay.
All right.
Or why bother with those other positions and those things you don't like? That's fine. You don't have to do that.
You got your one.
Okay, I just didn't know. I didn't know if something could be wrong down there or what. So just try some lubrication.
Certainly, if you're sexually active, you've got to start getting pelvic exams, right?
Right.
All right. Well, you haven't had one, huh?
Right.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Get that pelvic exam.
Okay.
All right. Tell him Dr. Drew sent you.
All right, I sure will.
All right. I like that. I missed that part of advertising.
Tell him LoveLine sent you.
Tell him LoveLine sent you. And I like when you get a certain percentage off.
Get a parking coupon.
Yeah, sing the jingle and get 20% off your first set of louvers or whatever. I always...
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm remembering now. I actually did that. Why? There's like, bring a 7-Up can to Magic Mountain circa about 1982.
I remember the campaign.
Remember that?
Yes,
Brought
I
the
did.
can. The guy at the booth looked at me the way the guys at the gas station behind the bulletproof counter looked at me like, what's this? Who's this retard with the 7-Up can?
I know.
And he goes, this is just what it costs to get in here. Get the can out of here.
Yeah, I know. And that's my suspicion is like you bring up LoveLine, you get 20% off your first purchase of 2 tires or more. Yeah. I always just think that just means it's 20% off of all that stuff.
Absolutely.
No one ever mentions any of this stuff, and you feel like an a-hole if you do.
When you do, yeah.
And by the way, is it a great precedent to set that you should have your customers making a-holes of themselves in order to get a few bucks off? How about just coming on in? You know why? Because it's dealing days. Oh yes. Stealing days. They got to move. They're overstocked. They order too much.
They stack them deep. They sell them cheap.
I like the ones where the guy's cutting the commercial, telling you that his boss doesn't know what went wrong. Here's the deal. Sales assistant for Browning Ford says he's ordered too much inventory. If the boss finds out, he'll have his head. Really? Maybe shouldn't cut a commercial.
Maybe you should announce it publicly. Yeah?
Yeah, it seems like the boss may catch wind of it if you advertise enough on the radio. Yeah, I like that. So no reasonable offer refused. I like that one. And I like this one. I like the one that really says, here's what I do. And they do. It's an opposite math kind of thing. It's like, nobody pays more for your trade-in. Nobody has better prices on used cars. Well, it's got to be one or the other. Yeah.
Can't be both.
Here's the deal. Blue Book on that car you're trading in, Drew. Blue Book, $19,000. I'll tell you what, we're going to give you $26,000, and we're going to turn around and sell it for $17,000. That's how we run our business. We actually we spend more on trade-ins than when they go out the door, and we give them a 50-point safety check.
We're fair.
That's right.
We're good guys.
We pay top dollar for your trade-in, but we let them go cheap. Here's what I want. Look, let's be honest with you. You people are never going to get what you think your trade-in is worth, but we pass along. You know what I mean?
There you go. We'll give you
we lowball your ass, but then we sell them cheap. So if you want a used car, this is the place to come. All right. Stack them deep, sell them cheap. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line. The date line.
877-889-DATE. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. Wow, wow, wow. You know you say wow, wow. You know you can. We'll be right back.
It's always good when they go by fast.
Yeah.
That means it went well. Or we didn't care.
In spite of Beth.
Yeah. Yeah. She had some critiques. That's fine.
We're open.
I want to thank Tim Meadows and Tina Fey for coming in here and being delights, and tell everyone to go out and see Evil Girls.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls. 1 week from this Friday, 30th of April. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.